this is Bollywood India. Today we have with us Matthew White, CEO of the Victoria Symphony. A distinguished former international vocal star, Matthew White had a noticeable performing career, appearing in major opera companies and symphonies worldwide and receiving Grammy and Juno Award nomination for his recordings. His deep understanding of both art as a performer and administrator positions him uniquely to lead one of the Vancouver Island's largest and most well-known performing arts organizations. Matthew is known for his strength in artistic programming, audience development, community leadership, and collaboration. Hello, and welcome to Bollywood India Radio Program, Matthew.
Hello, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Let's start with, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been a CEO of the Victoria Symphony.
So as you mentioned just now, I was an opera singer for many, many years, and then I went on to work with a company called Early Music Vancouver, which was also a sort of a concert producer and presenter of classical music in Vancouver. And I arrived here in 2020, so right in the middle of the pandemic, a slightly difficult time to arrive as the leader of an organization when you didn't know what was going to happen.
Definitely.
So yeah, when I arrived in 2020, already people were already so sad to have lost Symphony Splash, and they made a point of telling me whenever they could that it was so important to them.
Definitely.
So I'm so excited to see it coming back this year for the first time since 2019 now. Yeah.
I know, especially, with the COVID, so many things shut down, right? So everybody was thinking, when is it going to happen? Like, we didn't know how long the COVID was going to, stay. What are some of the highlights for this season, especially because it's the 85th anniversary?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I guess I should start by saying that one of the very special things about bringing Splash back this year is that it's the beginning of our 85th anniversary season. So that's really amazing when you think about it, that Victoria has had a symphony orchestra for so many years, and we could think of no better way to get that celebration going than by having a big party. And in a way, that's what Symphony Splash is all about. So yeah, our main season doesn't start until September the 14th. But this is our largest sort of community outreach event of the year, and we're really very excited about it.
I'm sure lots of people are. I think the whole Victoria is excited about it. And so how come, I know because of the COVID, it didn't happen for the last 5 years, but lots of things started in 2023 and 24. So how come we waited for another year or so?
Well, I mean, like all organizations that put on big events, things have gotten more difficult every year since the pandemic. And the biggest thing has been just cost, to be honest. The cost of labor, the cost of renting production materials, all of those things went up a lot. And in fact, the province over the last couple of years had actually created a special grant program to help a lot of these summer festival events get back on its feet. It was called the BC Fairs Events and Festivals Grant, and that was because everybody recognized that if we still wanted to have these really big, large-scale events, we were going to need some extra help now because the cost had just become crazy. So that was the primary thing, was just money, to be honest, and being nervous as the organization was rebuilding its sort of more standard operations, the sort of September to May season, that we didn't have the powder at the moment to put into a big public event. So what's special about this year is that the city of Victoria gave us a very large grant, a $250,000 one-time grant from a major events and initiatives program to help us get our feet back on the ground. And by giving us that kind of influx of money and support at the beginning, we were then able to also find more support from other sponsors like Huntington Manor and Huntington Suites, who are our presenting sponsor this year, BCLC, Island Savings, a whole bunch of corporations have just come together to help support the city and us make this event happen.
So do you think this amount will help you, like this will be spent just this year, or maybe just probably will help you to carry on the spell, right?
Well, I mean, I think it's been really great as a way of just priming the pump, as it were. So giving us the confidence to get the whole machine going again, and then it's this year it's resulted in a lot of individual underwriters and, as I said, corporate support. And the hope is that everybody will see the event come back and be really thrilled about it, and we'll be able to find the resources we need to do it again next year.
More sponsors.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so when is it actually taking place?
Well, this year, unlike previous iterations, it's actually happening over 2 days. So normally it would just happen on the Sunday of the BC long weekend, and this year it's happening on the Saturday and the Sunday. So instead of just one show this year, we're being extra ambitious, and we've got 4 shows. So we've got an afternoon show on August the 2nd, where we've invited Kaylee Cardinal and Shawnee Kish, who are 2 Juno-nominated Indigenous artists who are incredible singers. And they're going to be coming to do a whole set with the National Youth Orchestra of Canada, which is also very special. The fact that they were coming through town on the same weekend was just perfectly great luck, you know. So they'll be performing with the National Youth Orchestra at 3:30 on the barge. And then on Saturday evening, we've invited Sal Ferreras, who's a percussionist and a wonderful musician, to do a whole show of Latin jazz with our orchestra, with the Victoria Symphony on the Saturday night. And then on the Sunday, we've got the National Youth Orchestra who will open for us in the 3:30 spot. And they're going to feature a young violinist from the orchestra who's going to be a big star in the future. And then on the Sunday evening, that's when we'll do our sort of traditional symphony splash that ends with the 1812 overture and the fireworks and the rest of it. So it's really an expanded version of the old event. And I should probably also say that in addition to those 4 main stage shows, that we've got another 4 community stages that are sort of organized all around the area. So when we're not performing on the big stage, anytime between, about just the mid-afternoon onwards, there's going to be lots of different things to see. So it's hugely diverse programming and an opportunity for no matter what you like, you'll get to hear
Yeah,
something that you like. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, because that was one of my questions because I noticed I read it that they're going to be like a 4 stages for the community, local performers and stuff. So that was
That's
something.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about some of I think you already said about the feature performances. Would you like to tell us about the conductors as well? Like some of the like I think
Sure. Yeah. I mean, for the National Youth Orchestra this year is being led by Naomi Wu, she's originally from BC, a young woman with a very, very impressive career, and she's conducting all over the world. And they asked her to be the director of the National Youth Orchestra this year, and so we thought that was especially exciting to be able to have a former BC resident conducting the National Youth Orchestra. So we were really happy that she was able to join us. And then for our traditional splash, we have our principal pops conductor, Sean O'Loughlin, who's going to be leading. And Sean is really good fun and really understands how to entertain people. So he's put together a program that people are really going to enjoy. Like I said, we got the Latin jazz on the Saturday night, and that's really high energy dance music, and it
Mhm,
sounds terrific with a full orchestra.
mhm.
Uh, and then traditional splash, he's got favorites from Star Wars and from movies that people know. So that'll be fun too. But just sort of, I wouldn't call it easy listening, but it's not going to be hard to enjoy. Let's put it that way.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, so tell me about your like I know it's written like a free event, the all ages event. So tell me more and the
Well,
timings.
one of the sort of fundamentally important and different things about Symphony Splash for the symphony is that it's freely accessible. So it's all about bringing as many people to hear the music as possible and for it to be free. So that's a core concept around Splash. It's not a paid event. It's an opportunity for the entire city to remember and be made aware of just how wonderful an orchestra we have, and for everybody to enjoy it. So
Hmm.
yeah, all of it is free. There's the opportunity to get a slightly better seat in the grandstand if you really want it, but it's going to look and sound great from almost every other angle as well. So people don't need to bring anything other than their love of music and maybe a picnic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's why I think I read like there's lots of local trucks are going to be there, food trucks and Lots of
Yeah, with
food.
also with a really diverse set of types of food. So there's, Greek food, and there's I think there's Vietnamese food, and there's donuts, and there's whatever. There's going to be a whole bunch of different great
Yeah.
stuff, so there'll be lots of choice.
Yeah, ice cream, pizza, and Mama Rosa,
Exactly.
Greek, as you mentioned. Yeah, healthy food. Everybody goes for healthy food too, right? Nowadays, try to.
I think it's important that when these big events have a good mix. You can have some
Good
healthy
mix.
food and some not so healthy food. That's okay too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have both, right? Like when you're out there, might as well enjoy, how often you get to do that. You might as well enjoy whatever you want it, right? Whatever
That's
your
it.
cravings for.
That's right. It's summer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that the weather, it just sort of in Victoria, I never know.
No,
Sometimes,
but you know what? Actually, interestingly, I mean, I'll keep my fingers crossed too, but actually, historically, Symphony Splash has been, we've done it for 30 years. And I think it only had to get canceled for rain once. And
yeah.
we're just keeping our fingers crossed. But so far, it looks good.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Like I've looked up the weather report too, looks fine. And then let's just hope that's how it stays. And let's just hope the wind, lately the wind's been picking up a lot in the evening, and that makes it worse. Especially if you're by the water, it makes it more cooler that people need. Okay, we need some blankets here.
That's it. I'll be praying to the symphony gods to keep the winds low.
So, do you know where some of the stages? I know it's around. Are you, and what
Yeah,
are
in fact, all of the locations of the stages are, you can find all of that on our website, and that's what I encourage all of your listeners to go and do, is to go and have a look. It's at victoriasymphony.ca. It's right there on the homepage, and you just click in, and there's an hour by hour breakdown of everything that's going on,
wow,
so you can find all of that information. Also, where the different stages are, because the community stages, yeah, there's four of them, and over the 2 days there'll be 16 different
perfect.
groups,
Wow.
making music. So I'll be very interested to see what the community pickup is, and if people are interested, because it's all of a sudden, instead of one night, it's really a small music festival, really.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's not just at the symphony, like, the local artists get to do that as well. And that's the 2 nights in a row. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and on the community stages, that there are lots of different groups of many different types. There's choirs, there's fiddle ensembles, there's jazz musicians, there's lots and lots of different stuff. So the idea there was that we really wanted our community artists to feel like they were a part of the celebration as well. So
Yeah,
this really is a wonderful opportunity for all of Victoria's musical community to come together.
definitely. Definitely. And I heard something about the picnic boxes.
Yeah, those I just learned are all of the orders have been taken, so there's none
Wow.
left. So yeah, it's amazing. But as I said, that there's loads and loads of food vendors down there, so there's lots of opportunity to get lots of delicious, healthy and non-healthy food. I'm just kidding, but whatever you'd like. Yeah, that's a nice thing that L'Apéro put together a whole sort of special picnic box opportunity, but that had to be signed up for by the 15th, and they're all
15th July.
gone.
Oh, wow. Oh,
It's a
so it's
good
all.
sign.
Wow. That's great. That's great. And I think there's like a portion of the amount is going towards symphony fundraising.
Yes, no, exactly. And I mean, that's actually probably another thing that I should mention, is that in the past, we've sort of done a more general fundraising around the event, just to sort of see if we can gather money to do it again. But this year we've been developing a relationship with the Victoria Native Friendship Center, and they do really very important work there. And we also have our own youth education program. So we decided to do a sort of a cause partnering and work with them to see if we could encourage people at the event to make a donation, some sort of donation, any type of donation, to just help both of our organizations create new programs that are arts based for our young people, because almost nothing like the art. There's nothing like the arts for getting young people to feel part of their community, to feel sort of a sense of belonging,
Mhm.
And so the Victorian Native Friendship Center and the Symphony are hoping to expand our youth education programs, and that's what we're going to be asking people to support during Splash this year.
Mhm. And you mentioned about some tickets. So there are some tickets if somebody really wants good seating. Is that how it is? Like, and
Yeah,
there is.
well, there are some. We've got special what they call grandstand seating, which isn't super expensive, but it provides a guaranteed spot. And if you want that, you can definitely order that on our website again, victoriasymphony.ca. It's the grandstand tickets, and they're not, as I said, they're not very expensive, but they'll just give you that little bit of an extra better view.
And they're not
And
sold
then
yet. They're
spots.
not all gone yet. There's still opportunity
No,
there.
there are definitely actually all of the grandstand seats are gone for the symphony for the traditional symphony splash, but there's still a lot left for the other events. So
Okay,
I encourage people to also go to the other events too, because these are really wonderful concerts too.
definitely. Yeah, no, no, I totally agree. Yeah, so what time are the fireworks going to be happening?
The fireworks happens right at the end, and that happens at around 9:15, more or less kind of thing. I think sometimes they have to just adjust a little bit, but it's around 9:15 on the Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. You? What I was going to ask you, anything else that I did not ask that I should, we should know, the audience should know?
Well, I'd just like to encourage everybody to come out and enjoy this opportunity for really world-class music in one of the most iconic and beautiful harbors in the whole world. This is a very, very special event, and I hope people embrace it as it returns. It's taken a huge amount of effort, and I know it's going to be fun. So yeah, I would just like everybody to come, and I do feel encouraged because I have to say, more than in many other cities in North America, I do feel that Victoria loves its symphony and loves music
Mm-hmm.
and understands the role that it plays in creating like this civic unity, a sense of belonging. So come
Mm-hmm.
on out and support your symphony and have a good time. That's what
Yeah,
I'd
I mean, and
do.
it's a great weather. It's a summertime and we get lots of tourists right in the downtown. So, even our local ones and also lots and lots of tourists. And we also have cruises too. Who knows? Maybe there is a cruise on that time too. People will really,
There's 3 cruises both days, so we should have loads of people
wow.
coming off of these boats. That just happy accident in a way. So there should be lots of people coming off the cruise ships, but this is an event that's just as much about Victoria and celebrating our symphony and
Mhm.
having our people come and enjoy that event. So I really
Definitely.
do hope they come in and join a great party.
Yeah, no, no, I totally agree. Definitely. I mean, how it hasn't happened since 2019. And why not? And people love the symphony, and that's why it was happening for longest time, right? Like it's not that we didn't
Yeah, and
just the
and I think
promise.
another interesting thing is I don't know if that you're aware of this, but actually the symphony has been doing extremely well over the last 2 years, especially the last year. We've been selling out many performances, so it suggests that something's happening. An appetite for live performance, and
Mhm.
I sometimes I've been thinking about why, and it's partially because the Victoria Symphony they're great, they're wonderful musicians, and they play really well, but I think it's also that there's more and more people looking to enjoy things together, right? Because we
Definitely.
spend a lot of time on these phones now.
Uh-huh.
And phones are very useful, but they can also be very alienating and make us feel very alone,
Definitely. I
ironically.
totally agree. I think lots of us, especially our age group, I will say definitely, I can't talk about the younger one, but it's like they can't leave. I mean, sure, we all carry phone. I have it too, but sometimes you do need to just leave it alone and enjoy where you're at, be mindful and enjoy the company and enjoy what's going on out there besides being on a phone.
Well, that's it, and that's one of the reasons why I think more and more people have been coming to the symphony. I know that it's one of the few times in my week when I turn off my cell phone and I sit in a room and I listen.
Mhm.
And that is a beautiful thing, and it's becoming a more and more special and unique thing.
Mhm.
So that's what this opportunity is. It's an opportunity to go out with your family, go out with your friends, sit down and enjoy the sights, the sounds, the food, the company.
Definitely, yeah. I'll say thank you for your time and we really, had to thank you for giving me the time because as you said, you're overwhelmed. Like your event is just the following weekend and so many things for you to prepare and so many people, so many hats you got to wear. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
You're welcome. And same here. Bye-bye.
Bye.